Let's just make sure everything's ready. There we go. So obviously, doing a little bit more gameplay today instead of actually talking. As you can see, so as you can see, we're already out of our predator bow arrows, but hopefully, yep, that was enough to take him out. So, I'm going to very quickly grab the items from obviously the hippos, and obviously we need to go and grab any items that have been dropped by the guys up here that we've just taken out. Obviously you guys wouldn't have seen as I loaded the game up, we have had a new DLC pack which has actually just been downloaded. I actually spent most of yesterday downloading it. Where did I take these guys out? Did they drop anything? Well, it doesn't look like it. So as I was saying, yeah, we've had today. Now just having a quick look at what we actually have. We have an encampment up here, and as you can see, there is actually a blue diamond with a little skull in it, which does indicate that we have a brother in the camp that's been taken out. So we're going to take him out, quickly calling Senu. As you guys can see, this is the guy that we've taken out. This is where our friend is.
Hey, aren't we short
A couple of guards here.
To get you in the ground.
But it is a very, very small encampment.
Damn it. We are not idiots to be taken by surprise. Damn it!
Everyone's dead!
And I think that's all of
I
them.
must be careful now.
Okay, that is all of them. Now luckily, as you guys can see, there are a few bits and pieces around here we can obviously nab. Obviously, as well, seems to be the word of the day today, obviously. We are going to quickly nab any items we can in here and get out as quickly as possible. We just need to double the animus pulse, as you guys can see. Grab that icon. Icon. Anything else? No, I think that's it. Right, as you guys can see as well, if we hold down the triangle button, we can set a trap on this flare, for lack of a better term. Now, where did he go?
What is
Here
this?
he is. So as you can see, Kesai 9414. Hold, I've got to remember which button it is now. That one has been killed, and he was actually killed by this person just here. So we're going to confirm kill. But as you guys can see, there's also a couple of others. So this person also killed him, so we're going to confirm kill on this person. And this person, I was wondering where he was then, also killed him. And as you can see, a very easy and very, very quick 250 experience. Now, as you guys will remember, fire. Right, as you guys will remember from the last video, we obviously have an area that we were looking at trying to complete, and trying to complete as many of the additional tasks to earn as much experience as possible. Obviously, our targets, as you guys can see, we have left the hyena, the crocodile, and the lizard, with the hyena, I think, being the next one. We'll find out in a moment. So that's the map. Here is the quest. But as you can see, this is 44, and I actually tested this out on my own save yesterday after it finished completing. And there is a, I'm not quite sure what you would actually call it. When you basically access it, what it will do is it will ask you if you want to upgrade your character's stat level. So basically you can go from whatever level you are up to level 45. It does a lot of unlocks, but it also duplicates your save, which is why I've not done it in this one. Even though it would put us up to level 45, it's going to unlock a lot of stuff that I want to unlock through the game for you guys, so that's why we're not doing it that way. But as you can also see, we also have the Trial of Anubis, which gives a quest item, which is investigate the Animus glitch, which is given the Trial of Anubis. Again, you need to be 43 for this. The Phalaces Prey, you need to be level 40 for this. Incoming threat, 35. So you see, the hidden ones, 38. There are a lot of additional missions that have been added quite recently in regards to the game itself. Obviously, the main two events that are being run at the moment via Ubisoft are the Trial of Anubis events. One starts off with the Trial of Anubis, then you have the Trial of Sobek. There is also the Trial of the Lion Goddess, which I can't remember what her name is off the top of my head. But as you can see, for the main 6 missions, the next one, which is at level 20, is the Hyena. The Lizard's Mask, which is the next boss after the Hyena, is very, very shortly at 21. And then the Crocodile Scales, which is at level 25. So that's basically the next 4 levels before we move on. So, to make things a little bit easier and a little bit quicker, what I'm going to try and do is keep going up to level 30. Now, as you saw from our experience a minute ago, we're not that far from it. Considering Ambush at Sea is a level 28 mission, and it is currently in white, while these are in red. So, with that being said, as you can see, our equipment for the Hidden Blade is still rare, not legendary. The same with the items here, and we currently hold 2 carbon crystals, where we're going to need quite a few to obviously get them powered up. And with regards to our abilities, as you can see, we do have a few new abilities that have been added in. We have one just here, which is Favour of Osiris. Over time, while in the afterlife, you will regain arrows and tools. The Berserk one we already had. Shield Charge we already had. This one is Overpower Fury. When you use the Overpower attack, you regain some health and get rid of all negative conditions. That is a brand new ability that has been added due to the new DLC pack. Up here we have the Enhanced Light Bow from the previous actual base game, as well as the Enhanced Hunter Bow, Enhanced Predator Bow, and the Enhanced Warrior Bow. Each one of them has now a new added benefit. Shattering arrows on the, I think it's a warrior bow. Yep, on the warrior bow, we have shattering arrows. Fully charged shots from a warrior bow inflict bleed on targets. On the enhanced predator bow, we have the toxic arrows or toxin arrows. Targets killed by a shot from a predator bow automatically have flesh decay applied to their corpse. So basically when they die, instead of us having to run up, apply the flesh decay, as soon as they die they've already got it, because it's just part of the benefit of the arrow. Off of the hunter bow arrows, we have piercing arrows. Fully charged shots from a hunter bow pierces shields, which is extremely handy. And obviously off of the enhanced light bow, we have the next option, which is a hail of arrows. Consecutive hits while shooting a light bow increase its damage. So basically your first one will do, say, 2 points, your next one does 4, then it does 6, 8, 12. That's how we would assume it would work, because it just increases in its damage rating. I did a little bit looking online, and I've actually found that if the first one's to do 1, the second one will do 2, the third will do 4. Oh, that's confused me now. The first will do 1, the second will do 2, the third arrow will do 4 points of damage, fourth one will do 8, the fifth one will do 10, and so on and so forth, and it will just increase, obviously, until you either run out of arrows or he's dead. With that being said, let's just have a quick look at the rest of them. So as you can see, we do have 3 ability points at the moment. The assassination loot ability we are going to take, which is going to use 2 of these. It's to automatically loot an enemy after we start assassinating people and moving quietly. It actually helps because it means we don't have to actually
Hey now! Bloody hey! Stop him!
did I? I did. There was one more. Where is he? There he is. So as you can see, with that particular person, we could inflict the flesh decay. As you can see, these guys have been taken out with the bow and arrows, so we obviously need to not just grab our arrows, but to also if we come up to him, where is it? There we go. Hold it, pressing the L3 button will actually inflict poison. So obviously using predator arrows and the predator bow itself will obviously give us the ability to do that as well. As you guys saw earlier, we put the trap on the flare, but I don't think there is a Khalaset around. Let me just see if I can find a small enough one. There we go, should be able to pick that one up. Right. I don't think this is going to work, but it's definitely something I'm going to try. So we're going to put that there. Fire arrow. There we go. In a very easy way, as you guys can see, to make sure it's completely destroyed. So obviously, we're going to need to try and make our way back to our next mission. But as you can see, there's also Ptolemy's Fist, a Khalaset. So, as we haven't had yet in this game any successful counteractions with a Khalaset, let's call in Fang, because as you can see, he is slowly moving away from us. So, using Fang, as you guys can see, we are going to very, very quickly cut down the amount of distance between us and the Khalaset. And believe it or not, we're actually at level 27, nearly 28, which means... Sorry Fang, I need to boat this section. Which means we are actually in a position where we can actually... Oh, it's now actually not obviously. So there goes the boat, as you can see. The little crash into the land there hasn't really helped, but back onto Fang. And we now have 2 exclamation points on our on our map, as well as Ptolemy's Fist. So knowing the way that he's going, we're going to need to try and get ahead of him. As you can see, no, he's not a Comanchero, he's an assassin.
Whoa.
Where are you?
Whoa.
See, there he is, actually coming across there. So, because we're actually within 100 meters of the Khalaset, what it's actually doing is informing us. Now, I'm kind of hoping he's going to come this way.
Whoa.
So we're going to very quickly see if we can get up here. Unfortunately, it looks like he's actually going away from us again. except I have just had a very cunning plan. This is
The guards here are vigilant.
the guard post. But I do need to find... There it is.
Hey, what?
I need to find, as silly as it sounds... I was going to say I need to find fire. No, I don't. Where is my... Here we go. I think it's one of these. Please don't tell me... As you can see. So the braziers lit, reinforcements are being called.
Hey!
Which is
Hold on!
die,
idiot!
Because as you can see,
Hey!
Khalaset is now making a very quick move towards us.
Wait a minute.
Kill the Greek man!
He's Egyptian, you idiots. And as you can see,
Smash that
then he's
stupid
coming
bird!
in. And as you can see, we do have some rebels that have actually come in.
By the will of Gennadios, you will be destroyed!
Not going for headshots, as you can see, we are setting him alight. And as you can see, because of the increased amount of experience we have, and the fact that we're actually about 5 levels higher than him, even though his arrows are hitting and doing damage, as you can see, our arrows are actually doing a lot more damage. Obviously, he's on fire, which is also helping.
Eat this!
There we go, the final blow. The Khalaset is now dead.
Serapis, you will not escape! Got you now!
And as you can see, a very hard fought battle. Unlike most of the other games with Assassin's Creed Origins, as you can see, there isn't anything to loot here, mainly because they don't actually allow you to loot the body. They actually drop like little purses and stuff, as you saw earlier. So the only thing we can do is get a confirmation kill on Ptolemy's fist.
Key carved with the Eye of Horus. What could it unlock?
And another key. So we had the key from, I think it was the first one. I think we've got one key. It was actually another game. Let's just have a look in our inventory. So as you can see, this is actually the first key. So Ptolemy's fist is actually the first Khalaset that we've actually managed to actually kill. And too many actually in that one. So with that being said, I'm going to do a very quick search around, obviously, and there it comes again. We are going to need, now one sec, it's up here. It is, it's just there. Hopefully, yes, this is what I was looking for. But my ammo is full, which is a very welcome change. Ooh, yes, we do need to change that. So let's shoot back. I don't know why I'm doing it that way. Back to... And that's the lightning bolt. Where is it? There it is. The crescent moon. Which one is this? Is on fire? No. Which one was it? Was it that one? No, it's that one. Right, so we're going to shoot back. Shoot back. Don't shoot! Shoot back to the lightning strike. Obviously, as you guys can see, we do have a few weapons that we can obviously get rid of. And there's way too many actuallys and obviously in today's video, so I do apologise for that. So, there is Fang. Come on, boy. So, where are we? There is a blacksmith. Wow, there's a blacksmith here. Looks like it's right out the way. It is back that way. So in we're gonna go and come back through.
Hey, wait!
Another guard.
Whoa.
So here's the blacksmith. Obviously, as you would have seen, our arrows.
How can I help?
But it is always handy to visit a blacksmith, if I can get my words out. So we can sell the items we don't need. So as you can see, square to sell. We've got some swords, sickle swords, dual swords, some heavy blunts, heavy blades, scepters. I'm assuming there's going to be some bows in there as well. Yeah. And probably some shields as well. So as you can see,
I'll take it.
we don't get a lot for it, but what you can build up over the space of only a little while of playing does allow
I'll take it.
for some serious money to be earned back. So as you can see, we've got rid of all the swords and all the weapons and everything and the shields. We come down to obviously the crafting items, but you do also pick up little trinkets throughout. And as you can see, we have a necklace, of which we actually have 2. So that's another 200. Bronze cup, jade scarabs, incense burner, manuscript, small statue. We have 2 of. Doesn't give a lot, but it's a little bit, and every little helps. So, with that being said, we then come down to the actual animals themselves. So, as you can see with the cobra that we take out every now and then, the animal goods that we pick up is actually the cobra venom, and that can be sold for 18 coins each, so 18 of those gives quite a few. We have 21 vulture skulls, which gives us another 189 coins. The ibis beak is obviously sold as well, 6 ibex horns, we have 4 gazelle hooves, hippopotamus meat, crocodile eggs, hyena ears, lion claws, leopard fur. So all of it adds up, and as you can see from something like 2,500 coins, we're now just literally shy of 8,900. So we add, they've got 8,966. I try and keep obviously the items that we pick up, soft leather, cedar wood, stones, stuff like that, roughly around the 200 to 300 mark. Normally I'll stay in and around 250, because that way we have enough for almost anything and everything that we want to do. So, with that being said, as you can see, we have 398, 250 to 398 is 148, so there's 148 we can actually sell, and by holding the right button on the D-pad, as you can see, we're very fast, so you're running through to 148. There we go, which will bring us 592 coins, taking us to 9,558. We have cedar wood as well, which is 4 coins per unit. Again, we're at 395 to 250 is 145. So 145 will actually bring us... Oop, 1 too many. We'll actually bring 580 coins. Bronze, we're at 229, which actually puts us under where I roughly want to stay. We have 379 hard leather, so 250 to 379 is 129. And as you can see, we're just surpassing the 100 mark now. So 126,789, which will give 6 coins per unit, 560-ish coin. Iron we have 478, which is 228 difference from 250. That being said, at 7 coins per unit, just for the iron alone, as you guys can see, we've not even hit 100, and we've already got 700 coins. So, as I said, 250 to 478 is a total of 228. So we've got the 228 just here, which is 1,596 coins.
Alright.
Pelts, lastly, is again 250 to 349 this time, which is actually going to put us, and a lot of you guys will probably go, oh, that's an easy 100. It's actually 99. But you need to take into account, it's not 350. And for even 99 of these, at 7 coins a unit, is still 693 coins. So everything's now back down to 250, apart from obviously our bronze, which is at 229. So we have nothing else to sell here. We can now look at upgrading. We have 13,201 coins to upgrade with. So as you guys know, we have Hercules Blade, which we are going to upgrade to 2,600 coin to level 27. I can't remember what our second weapon was, so with that being said,
Keep well, my friend.
just easily just come straight back out, have a quick look. Obviously, as you can see, the Hercules Gladius, and we then have the Vox Populi. Really? The Okay, so the Tempest Blade, which is a legendary regular sword. Hercules Gladius, Swordfish, which is cursed. The Ipier Blade, Silverwind, and the Vox Populi. Well, the Vox Populi looks very similar in design to obviously the Hercules Gladius. Slightly different because obviously the Vox Populi is the Vox Populi, and the Hercules Gladius is Roman based ish. Is it Roman, Greek? It's one of them. Obviously the Silverwind is a sickle sword, but in the scheme of things, the next legendary sword is the Tempest Blade. Critical hit ratio, adrenaline regeneration, and health on hit. On hit. It reads, the balanced weapons, you are the righteous and duty bound. May justice achieve more immortality through the use of this blade. So we are going to just quickly add that one in. That being said, we'll now re-interact. We'll go back to upgrade. So Tempest Blade, we'll bring up to level 27. We then need to obviously find our bows.
Move! Move!
So, the Lightning Strikes, which is the range hit multiplier. Obviously the Crescent Moon's the one on fire, but the Lightning Strike's the one we have, so we are going to upgrade that.
Hey,
as you can see, that leaves us
I
with
got this
4,601 coins. We don't use the light bows or the warrior bows, but the Predator bow, which is the barbed longbow, which is the one we currently use,
simple, are you?
and also the Lord of Bones. Now, the Lord of Bones, as you can see, is a lot higher for a lower level in regards to coinage than the barbed longbow.
Eyes open, taking no chances.
So, what we're going to do is we're going to do that one instead. And the reason for that, we will show you as Lord of Bones. We don't have enough coins to upgrade anything else. But as you guys can see, we have the barbed longbow and the lightning strikes. Now, even though the barbed longbow is at level 25, the Lord of Bones is the preferred one because obviously you get the poison on hit, whereas this is critical health. And obviously the poison on hit is always
Watch each other's
beneficial.
backs. No getting jumped.
So as you can see, there's a guy just here. And we are just going to take him out. I'm not worried about one arrow on one guy, because we need...
Hernachte, Hyena and Bayak. Hey, hold on.
Your time has come.
Yeah, we can do that too. So, after our own little fight, where's Fang gone?
Damn! What's going on?
The other way!
Get him!
Did we, didn't we, didn't we, did we? $54 million credit. Somehow, I don't think so. But there is one way to find out.
I should not be seen in this area.
So, a very, very easy and quick takeout. With that being said, we do obviously need to look at trying to get on with the missions. So, a little bit of playing has never hurt anyone. Obviously, we've upgraded our abilities. We have one ability point left. And obviously, we are going to need our quests. So, going back to the main missions, as you can see, the Hyena is the next one. And the Hyena is in Egypt. In Giza, in Egypt. So this is currently where we are, and this is currently where we need to go, all the way down here. Now, luckily enough, we have already been down here, as you guys can see, and a lot of this is currently open. None of it's actually activated or done yet. But we did have a little go at the Hyena lair here, and obviously the Camp Katashkino. We also have the Iron Bull, who is a level 40 Phylakatai, and is someone that we will be trying very hard to stay away from. In regards to the next one over here, the Iron Ram, this is someone that we can have a little run-in with, and we're not too worried about if we do, because he is literally the next person on the hit list for the Phylakatai. So, this area, as you can see, has a little green arrow pointing down on top, whereas these have the little ticks. That is because they are tasks that need to be done and have been completed, and this has a little green arrow sat on top, because as you can see, we now have the fast travel option. If it's anything like this, then obviously as you can see it is greyed out, but this is actually going to make things a lot easier and a lot quicker, as you can see and hear. So, as you can see, we've upgraded all of our weapons to level 27. The Hyena is a level 20 main storyline mission, which actually puts us 7 levels higher. and I've just realised that my TV controls are in the way, so do apologise. This is actually based in Egypt, in Giza, as in Assassin's Creed Origins is in Egypt, so obviously it's going to be somewhere in Egypt. So a quick jump off, as you can see, we're not actually that far from where we actually need to be. So, we are definitely going to need to get over to the mainland. As you can see, very strong wind. As soon as we've basically board, we're getting pushed about. And believe it or not, this is actually quite awkward to pilot. I've piloted quite a few of these, but this one is being quite awkward, which means there's either a very strong headwind that we're going into, or they've actually set it up so the water is actually pulling and we're actually going up against it. I'm going to use a bit of boost just to try and actually get us around here. I think that was a flamingo. Sounded like a flamingo. That was a hippo, who's not going to be too impressed. And by the sounds of it, it's actually given chase. But has not lasted very long. So, quick crash. And as you can see, we are eventually here. And this is the Great Sphinx.
If I'm to find the hyena, I must first speak to Mered, Apollodorus' contact. He is a merchant somewhere in this marketplace.
And this is who we are now after. So,
Welcome to Mered's wares, traveler. Well, what do you think?
Junk?
Be off then.
I haven't finished.
Are you blind? I've nothing left to show you.
But you've much to tell me. About the hyena.
Ah, funny. As it turns out, that happens to be the most expensive thing.
now we need to pay
Do you
him
have
for the
enough to
information.
barter with me?
Here. Your absurd fee. Now what can you tell me?
The hyena is not her real name.
You don't say.
Easy, easy. A poor attempt at humor, I'm afraid.
Where can I find her?
Her name is Khalaset. A favor. Some customers of mine took my horse after a dispute. Their camp lies in a quarry just south of here. Take my man, retrieve my horse, and I'll give you what you came for.
Even after
How you
taking my
found
money.
yourself in Apollodorus' company escapes me.
You'll
So-
get it for me. If Apollodorus wants my continued service.
As you guys can now see, we have to go 554 meters out of here. Come on, Fang. Got a job to do.
You are friends
No.
with Mered?
Barely. He's a necessary ally.
Mered rarely keeps protectors as allies. He doesn't trust authorities. But he pays well.
If you say
And
so.
very few pay at all here in Giza. Cannot trust this sand in your hand.
What can you tell me of the hyena? This Khalaset girl.
We speak one word, and we are hyena food. Nice try. Come on, be on guard. We have a horse.
Whoa.
And this is a depleted quarry hideout. Now, even though we are several hundred meters from it, it is always beneficial to take a little time to get to where you need to get to. So, as you can see from the map, we're not far from it. If we hit an animal's pulse, nothing comes up. But if we do hit into Senu, we can obviously use Senu to scout the entire area. So as you can see, there's a hidden tunnel entrance just there. There's an item just here somewhere. Where is he? There he is. There's another one just here. There's it just there. There's the tunnel entrance. That is where I am. There's another guard over there. Another one there. There's a few up there. There's actually quite a few guards in this place. So your bow and arrow skills are going to need to be on point, and they're going to not just need to be on point, they're going to need to be sharp too. So now, as you guys can see, as we move Senu along, Senu is obviously picking up the actual location of what it is that we require. Now we've got all of that tagged. The last thing we obviously need to tag now is all the additional guards. And it may sound really, really silly, especially with a camp this size, to just sneak in and sneak back out. Especially once you've got what it is that you came for. But it is also beneficial with a camp of this size to make sure that if you do want to sneak in and sneak out, that you do so and the alarm isn't raised. Now obviously, because with most of the camps you have one captain, commodore, people that you need to take out, just to be able to loot the boxes or the chests, however you want to deem it, so that you can knock it off of your list of stuff that you've done. It is always beneficial to spend just a little bit of extra time just making sure that there's no hidden surprises. Now unfortunately, with a place this size, there are going to be little caves and little walkways and stuff, and unfortunately that does mean that some people are not going to be highlighted. Now as you can see, there is a guard down here, there's an entrance here.
They will attack on sight here.
Here we have a captain, a commander and 2 treasures to loot. Which is why I've spent that little bit of extra time. Obviously we have these 2 guys, not knowing what their skill line or ability level is going to be. It is going to be more beneficial to try and get about as quietly as possible while taking some of these people out. That's the captain dealt with. There's one guy down there sleeping.
Something odd is going on.
Who is going to go past who's staying back?
Oh, shit. Wait a minute.
And as you can see, nobody knows what is actually going on at this moment in time. And anyone that was up there has now come down. Obviously we have this guy here, who is literally just out the range of this bow. But we do need to obviously get back up here so we can make our way round to the next group of guys. So, as you can see, here we are. One, two, three, we have this guy just here. And as you guys can quite clearly see, almost all of the guards at this end are now dealt with. We have a few across the top there. But I think the easiest way to get to them is going to be across. That guy fricked the life out of me then. So, as you can see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 guards up here. We have one just here.
Die then. I see
One
you.
down. Two down. And still, even though those two guys did see us, the last two guys up here still have absolutely no idea what is about to. Now there is, as you can see, a launch pad just here. You can't actually, as stupid as it sounds, get down far enough.
Damn! What? Cut him off!
So being able to get on target very quickly is exactly what we needed with that. can take him out. I have no idea why he's just run back in there, but he has just made things a little difficult. We're going to release the prisoners. Lock onto him. He's wondering what's going on. That's finally got him. That's got him. And I think, except for that guard over there. We've buried him just under the chin. Oh man, that would scared the living daylights out of him. And we are literally just too far away. Get out the way. So we can see that where the guy was hiding, we can see where he is now, and obviously
It's going to make a fool of me.
so he's actually made his way down. Can you believe it? Got him. So, as you guys can see, the camp is now completely defenseless. So, apart from obviously taking out all the guards, managing to actually take it out the captain, his commodore, whatever you want to call him. It also allows us free reign of the area, and as you can see, one of the chests that we needed, or one of the items that we needed to pick up, we have already done so.
Hey!
Using the Animus Pulse, has allowed us to so, as I was saying before we were so rudely interrupted, using the we have one item that is missing. Ooh, we have some blue here. Let's have a look. Babief, we took the village. I know you don't agree, but Ptolemy's Khalaset don't care about backwater locations, and it's a nice point to launch a raid from. Send me men, I will make good use of them. So as you can see, people are already trying to undermine the Khalaset and Ptolemy's reign, and the issues that it's caused. So let's just have a look. There is another item we actually need to pick up. I'm not 100% certain if that's it, but we will definitely have a look at that momentarily. There is a guard just there. according to this, we need to go up. Okay. Now, considering that there is another guard here, obviously one that not that we've missed, it's just one that's got away. And as you can see, the ability to loot those, loot those that we assassinate is now coming in extremely handy, especially when trying to creep around. There's one more treasure to loot, and I am blown if I can find it. It should be down here somewhere. Right, so that's the chest. There it is. Right down where we started from. Which isn't too bad, because now we know where it is. And in fact it's not back up there. Come back. It's time to get out of here.
This must be Mered's
Grab
horse.
the horse.
He neglected to tell me his customers were bandits.
There we go. As we can now see, just here, which is initially where we took out the first guard, is where we should find the second chest. So, you stay there. There is a gap just here. And here is the second chest, which actually looks carbon crystal. So, extremely handy with that one. All we've got to do now is try and get out of here. I know we have to go up, but according to this we need to go up, so let's go this way. Ooh, arrows? No. Coin. Wow, 200 coins out of one of them. Alright, 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 we're coming. So, let's see, making our way back up to the horse, who's getting very impatient. Are you coming or are you not coming?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Okay, that is both of them taken care of, so no additional bandits are going to follow us. Unlike the first time I remember playing that particular mission, which led in me dying about 10-15 times. So, as you can see, a very, very easy and quick mission when taken with the bow and arrow system that they have, having the right abilities placed onto your character does make things extremely easy. Now, as you guys can see,
Scavengers and swindlers! Visitors and deserters! Are you tired of this barren landscape?
where we need to dismount.
You're back! Well, look at this!
You failed to mention it was in the possession of bandits.
Slipped my mind.
Of course.
Good. Stronger than mine.
I thought you said it was yours.
Yes, of course it is. You've done good by me, my friend.
Yes, of course.
Then you'll deliver as promised.
My word is my word. But I've one more thing to ask of you.
Done with your games.
All right. The hyena lives in a cavern, just over those hills. Day and night she roams the desert collecting silica, precious teardrops of the gods. What has happened to those who have interfered is best left unsaid.
If I find you've led me on another futile chase, it won't be my words that hit your ears.
1,000 promises. I have no reason to defy you. Don't die out there!
And as you can see, 1,332 meters to go before we get to Khalaset. Now obviously on our treks in and around Egypt and Giza, certain areas do become unlocked before you actually get to play your main game there. So if any of it does trigger a memory, or it looks familiar, that will be why. Obviously, as you guys can see, we have the 3 pyramids of Giza. Where's the third one? There's the third one. And obviously the moon. More bandits. But it is Khalaset that we are after.
Keep the filth back!
Whoa.
Nothing gets past us. You will... Ogozi, you're finished!
Really? I'm finished?
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
I have absolutely no idea what it was. Why are you looking on? I have no idea. Sometimes it will lock onto screens, and when it does that, it's because you're having what they call a heat haze or a mirage. As you can see, a hyena, one of Khalaset, more bandits,
Take your places.
Keep the lead safe! Clear the way! Rip you to shit!
Whoa! Our master bleeds! Hurry!
Whoa!
and as you can see, a green hue from the blade as it regenerates its health. A few more added bonuses too. As I was saying, a few more added bonuses too. Bayak.
Whoa.
And yet another of our brethren fallen.
Whoa. What is this?
So, Z3N_RP. Need to find and kill the perpetrators. Now, as you'll notice, there are a couple. There's one over here, a couple behind us.
Get out of the way! Give me time to get clear!
Whoa.
Give me time to get clear!
So, everything we've basically just hit up, we have managed to capture. So all of the bonuses and the bits and pieces from... Come on, turn the camera. There we go. So everything from the hyenas and everything, as you would have seen, we've taken, captured. We have more.
Hey now! Hey! Me! Yeah!
Whoa.
Actually, almost everything on horseback does come back. Now, the heartbeat that you can hear is because, believe it or not, Bayak has actually been out in the sun for too long. Which is hilarious, considering that he actually is an Egyptian and actually lives out in the middle of Egypt. So, with that being said, another 250 experience, taking us just under halfway. Obviously we know we need to get to Khalaset. We know Khalaset is up here in the dunes. This is obviously where we need to aim at.
Whoa.
So obviously going back, and I know I'm saying obviously way too many times, we have the Hyena, 418 meters. As you can see, it is just here. Now, like I said, with most missions, especially when it comes to Assassin's Creed based missions, it is always beneficial to try and take a quiet high road. So,
Wind is picking up. Not good.
no, Bayak, it is not good when the wind picks up, because it indicates a sandstorm. Ouch. Right. So, as I was saying, the moral high ground, especially with regards to bows, you need to make sure, depending on the mission that you're playing, the abilities that you have. As you guys can see, we are still quite some distance out, but there is a reason for it. Now, as you guys can see, we can very easily and very quickly just jump up here and make our way up. Right, with Senu coming in, this is going to show us exactly where we need to be. So we'll just get to the top of this rise. We're just going to hold Senu in here just for 1 second. Just give me a moment, guys, and I will be right back with you. Okay, well that's that easily done. So as we were saying, the reason we need to make sure it's quiet and stealthy, as you guys can see, apart from obviously the sandstorm coming in, this is where we need to be. Senu has now actually taken refuge.
Mountains of sand.
And what we're going to need to do is actually wait for this to blow out before we can obviously continue with the mission. Now, unfortunately, like Metal Gear Solid, when we have a sandstorm come in one of the games, you can actually get down low, bury your face, and everything's okay. There is one. So, now you guys can understand why we have to take things easy. Not everything is as simple as running in and taking someone or something out. Now, as you guys can see, because everything we've done just now is bow orientated, we are going to make this worthwhile and grab all of these skins, all of the additional bits and pieces, and if we do hit up on an animus pulse, grab that one as well. As you can see, we have virtually everything from here. But, as I said a little while ago, Bayak has been out in the sun a little bit too long. As you could hear, his heartbeat increasing. Also hear that little telltale ding-a-ling directly from the mirage starting to affect his sight. Obviously, Bayak, being the C1 that he is not letting the effects hinder him too much. He's made his way to the top to try and find exactly what he's after. Now, there is a cage just there, and like most cages you can release, this one you obviously can release as well. So that was one arrow I was definitely pleased to release.
Please get me out!
So as you can see, we have one hyena here. So as you can see, the jumping ability starting to come into its own. With those hyenas up on that far left hand side, it is going to make things slightly difficult.
Do not let her take me!
So coming back just a little.
I do not
Now,
want to die!
giving us the opportunity to try.
Help! Help me!
And take them out.
Please! Do not let her take
So
me!
this is the hyena's lair. No sign of Khalaset though.
Unlock that door.
Mered was telling the truth. Yeah, I need to figure out where she went. Now why would one of her loyal beasts be caged? Khufu's tomb. She has detailed every crevice. Ah, she has not finished. That is where I will find her. I will head to the pyramids.
So, 2,000 experience. We now know that she's at Khufu's tomb. Some more leather and components from the hyenas themselves. And obviously, as you guys can see, the back entrance into Khalaset's lair. So, making our way out back into the sand dunes. As you guys can see, the two of the three pyramids. Obviously the King's Pyramid, the Queen's Pyramid, and the Princess Pyramid. For us to get there quite promptly, we are going to need some faster transport than just running.
Whoa.
So, calling in Fang. And as you guys can see, making our way very quickly over.
Whoa.
So, Khalaset's little scouts are now taken out. As we very quickly make our way over to Khalaset, you can now see, obviously, Khufu, or the Khufu-based pyramid, which is the King's Pyramid, looming up in front of us. And another Mirage attempting to actually take control of Bayak. So as you'll notice, making our way around the actual pyramid, just down here in the shaded area,
Hyenas.
we actually have some hyenas.
Khalaset must be inside. Whoa.
So, the hyena's taken out. You can see just here, there's some ropes and everything. And now, entering this, apart from obviously having to try and find Khalaset, we are also tasked with finding...
You! Who dares to enter here where silence has befallen her?
A Magi who has treaded many dunes to find you. Hide if you must, Hyena, but this tomb will not protect you.
I demand that you stop here. Turn back now and I will excuse this intrusion.
Siwa was an intrusion.
So, as you can see, Bayak making his way in. Apart from having to find Khalaset now, also tasked with finding a hidden item. But first things first, we need to be able to see where we are coming from and going to. So, as you can see, most of the cobwebs are being destroyed. Obviously, we get close enough to these, we can actually light them up. The flames on the cobwebs, as you can see, if you get close enough, do actually just burn them straight away. So, that little slip we had a moment ago would actually bring us out to here. So we've got one just there. There's one over here. Come on back, light it up. There we go. Got two more here. We're going to light these up. And believe it or not, it is really, really difficult to find Khalaset. The first time I actually went through this, I must have spent an easy good hour trying to find Khalaset. Considering I'd spent an hour before playing the actual tomb. So if we just get rid of this for 1 second. As you can see, we need to find the ancient tablet. Over in that corner is silica. It's the item that Khalaset's actually been after. There is a commoner called Jediro who lives in Jedi Sneferu. A commoner 110 years old who eats 500 loaves of bread, a shoulder of beef of meat, and drinks 100 jars of beer up to this day. He knows how to mend a severed head. He knows how to make a lion walk behind him with its leash on the ground. He knows the number of chambers of the sanctuary of Thoth. Wow. As you can see, there is a little brick type hole just there, which we can naturally assume is for some type of ventilation. We have silica, which is something that we are going to need for later. I'm not going to tell you guys why, but I can promise you we're going to need it for later. As you can see, there's scarabs on this wall, and as you notice, as we get closer, they do disappear. So we can pass through this crack, and this is actually a hidden passage. And in this passage, as you'll notice, the lines that quickly appear indicating there are items to loot. Now, as you can see, there are a few more in here, but we also have this to interact with. The unwary who unleash the desert sands will be swallowed into the arid depths. Break all the seals connected with the seal door to open it. And as you can see, there are a lot of items behind it, and we also have this just here. So if we get rid of this, and we get Bayak to stand back a little bit, using our bow, and hitting this dial just here, performing the same on this side as well, as you can see, releases some of the sand and opens the once sealed door. This takes us into the next room. Obviously, again, an animus pulse, and as you guys can now see, everything we saw a moment ago is now available. So just here we have another item. O King, you are this great star, the companion of Orion, who traverses the sky with Orion, who navigates the Duat with Osiris. You ascend from the east of the sky, being renewed at your due season. So, Our next item is not where you guys thought it would be, but is actually somewhere up there. Just hit it up again, it should come up. So, and just down here, more silica, hidden chest. Just behind here we have another hidden chest. And as you can see, it's giving us a golden bolt. Just here we can interact. The Kunum Khufu, son of Sneferu and Queen Hetepheres the First, bringer of light, saffron-robed, beloved of the golden orb and the silver sun. And just here, a very welcomed carbon crystal. So, with that being said, there is one more item to obviously get hold of, and that is this. And this is the ancient tablet. These are scattered away
Ancient writing
through the game,
from the Old Kingdom.
and information on them, as you can see, ancient tablet does grant certain skills. That has actually granted us one ability point, but as you can see, just here, we have a way out. Now, as you guys can see, this leads to this little room. And there are actually one there, and there's actually a route down there. Now, down here, if we follow it, it'll actually bring us to here, which is what looks like an enclosed room, but obviously has some silica and an item here, and that, unfortunately, is about it. So if we go back, we now need to try and get up here. Obviously, as you can see, you can't. However, we can get up here. So it's still not high enough. Right, so let us turn the flare off for a second. Now, as you can see, no, it doesn't go that way, we want to go down and through. As you can see, there are still items for us to collect on this side, and obviously we know we need to go across the top. So we are going to leave these where they are at the moment. We know we can see when we get back in here. We know that when we get through here, we are going to need a way to get across to the top, which is over there. So, with that being said, this is where this now comes in handy, because all we have to do very quickly before the torches run out, make our way across. So now we've made it across the top. As you can see, dead end on this end. But a nice little series of shafts with everything that you would assume we would need. So as you can see, there are a few items down here. So we have a chest just here, which has 3 coins. We have a sack just here, which has 4 coins, and some writing. May it be known that Kade worked on this great edifice until he died. He was a stonemason. And now, if we just go through here, having to dive underneath. As you can see, more tunnel. As we come through, as you'll see, there is a little bit more dust than normal. And this is because this area hasn't actually been visited in a very, very long time. And as you can see, down there is an exit, which will actually take you to the other side of where we actually went into the temple. So that being said, what we're going to now do, very easily and very quickly, make our way back through the temple, back to where we were. Now if you remember right at the start, we actually went... I can't remember where we are now. Where are we? We are here, right, we need to go that way. Yes, we went up instead of down. So what we're going to need to do now is reverse the direction in which we go. If you remember, if we go and try and run straight off the top of here, we're not going to make it, because all we're going to do is drop straight down. And now, Bayak, you need to keep moving. Oh, we're already there. Come on. There we go. So, quick animus pulse, just to confirm where we are. There we go, it's 3 items to loot, just like we had a moment ago, which are obviously a lot lower than we are. And these are actually just here, which is this one here, that one there, and where's the other one? Just there. So making our way back. There is the 2 icons for the areas we just broke. There is one here for this one. As you can see, we've already been in here because it is lit up. As you can hear, there is fire this side, and as we come out, there are the 2 fires, and there are the 2 that we lit on the way up. So, obviously as you can see, it's extremely dark down here. Now obviously we can go this way, which is straight down. However, we do also have a straight down just here, which we will come to momentarily. So going straight down here, as you can see, this is where we came out. This is a dead end, and as you guys will notice, this area is now lit because this is where we actually come into this tunnel. See? Because there are the 4 lights that we run up to. So, with that being said, we're now going to disappear down here. And remember, if you guys ever do go to Egypt and you find a gap in the pyramid, please do not go in. There was something in a newspaper about someone actually trying that a little while ago, and he actually got hurt. So, guys, please be safe. don't obviously do anything silly. So, may your father Khufu, justified favor you. May he advance your position among the elders. May your spirit contend with the enemy, and may your soul know the roads that lead to the portal of him who shelters the dead. I'm going to loot this box very, very quickly. As you guys can see, not much else in here to loot. There are a couple of gaps here as well. And just there, as you can see, is a gap that you can't really make much with. Baboon faced, except for... Why have you set yourself on fire? You numpty. Right. As you guys can see, using the animus pulse, there is a tunnel there that does lead to another room. But obviously you can't access it. No matter how he was saying, baboon-faced happy Dwamata jackal snout, human-headed Imseti, Kebensin the falcon, that which the radiant and azure-robed Khufu needs to enter the Duat will be guided by the four sons of Horus. Nepethys protects his lungs, Neith his stomach, Isis guards his liver, and Serket his intestines. Wow. And as you guys can see, nothing else for us to do here. So, as we make our way back, you guys are now going to be wondering, well, where's Khalaset? Now, believe it or not, I've actually shown you everything that you can actually access. Okay? There is nothing here that you can go further down there to do. If we come back this way, which will actually bring us out, there is a breakaway just here. And as you can see, there's one of those. And if we keep going down here, it brings us back to where we were a minute ago.
Foolish man, I am Iset, possessor of magic. The gods live here, not you.
What sort of mischief is she entertaining?
Now, as you guys can see, you would naturally assume that we've already been this way, but we haven't. That is actually lit by Khalaset. Now, obviously, if we put our one out, this is actually lit up. And as you guys can see, there are rats. And there's actually an item out here. Did I miss one? Oh, I did. Just there. 6 coins, but 6 coins, as I've said many times, every little helps. Now, obviously, just here, we have some more. Again, 3 coins. As you can see, there is now nothing else left in here. So on this level,
Be gone! Osiris cannot be disturbed!
as you can see,
This
I've
trapdoor.
equipped.
What is it protecting?
Heathen! The wakeful one is asleep! Go no further, or I will drench these arid plains with your blood!
As I was saying, I've equipped the shield into a defensive posture, and I've equipped...
What is this place? A tomb beneath a tomb.
And as you can see...
Is this where you hide, Hyena?
Now just below us, as you can see, there are some weird little dots. And these are actually silica. So very easily and quickly making our way around. I am kind of conscious of
What
the time.
gruesome madness happened here? A dark place with a window to the gods. What kind of ritual is she performing?
I think exited investigation area. More silica. I think what we're going to do is... I don't want to say... Oh, that. The animus pulse. There we go. What we're going to do is... because there's so much that is going to happen in the next few moments, what I'm going to do is I'm going to collect this silica. This is going to be the last thing we actually do in regards to this video. As you guys can see, this is where Khalaset was. We have entered an investigation area, and if I use the animus pulse, you'll see that there are lines indicating different things that do need to be investigated. But we will be doing this in our next video. So guys, please make sure. And we then look at moving on to the lizard. And hopefully finding out what this is. And why the silica that you see me collect in this video is so important. We hope you guys have enjoyed this. Please make sure you leave a like on the comments, a like on the video, and your comments below. Please make sure you subscribe to our channel. When you do, make sure you hit the notification bell, and make sure that by hitting the notification bell that you're joining our notification squad. That'll keep you up to date with everything going on in regards to Golden Sound Games, the videos that we're going to be doing, the live streams that we do on a, I was going to say a regular basis, but a as we can basis at the moment. And we will see you guys again next time in another Assassin's Creed Origins video live stream. Take care.